It never happened since you've been here, but there's always hope, isn't there?
If you're talking about the reimbursement to you all by law, yeah.
Yeah, if you know how tight Kevin is, yeah, if he ain't got it.
We can't plan on it.
There we go.
Okay. Do we have a second on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Ready for the roll?
Yes. Sam, call roll.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rayo?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And the third and final action item for the county clerk's office is to surplus a table and desk.
Judge, can you go back one? There was also, you all approved the election expense, but can you go ahead and authorize the payment of the poll workers upon us presenting the list to your office?
Make a motion
Sure.
to approve that.
Yeah.
Paying the poll workers for the
Second.
special
What we just
election.
did.
We did,
That
yeah.
was paying the election fee.
But we did,
the
yeah,
80.
did.
They approved the election expense,
Oh, that
which
was
is
the one.
around
They did
$80,000.
85,000.
New motion for the poll workers, the checks to be co-signed as
So
special.
poll worker. Okay, that was on here. Okay.
You got it?
It's hard enough to get volunteers. If we don't pay them, it's gonna be even harder.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And trust me, they come calling asking where's the money.
We did what we did.
So that's just the election expense.
If you could also state in there that you authorize the treasurer to cut the checks upon the information received and
For the poll workers?
Keeps you all covered as well, that we have this in a motion for you all with the auditors as well.
You mind if you read that again? Jerry,
Yes, go ahead.
can you read
Sam.
it again?
Okay, so the first motion was to approve the election expenses.
Yep.
And the second motion, which we have not made yet, is to pay the poll workers' pay for the special election and for the treasurer to cut the check when the information is received from the clerk's office.
I make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Got a motion by 4th District Magistrate Rayhill and a second by 2nd District Magistrate Logston to approve the pay of the poll workers and with approval from the treasurer's office back into accounts payable. Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rayo?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
And then now the table.
Yeah, and then actions requested by the county clerk to surplus a table and desk from the clerk's office.
I'll make a motion that we approve the request to surplus a table and desk from the Bullitt County Clerk's office.
I'll second that motion. Sam, any further discussion on that?
No, sir.
Sam?
Mr. Rayo?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Actions, Kenny, Director Harden. Actions requested to hire paramedic Derek Hoskins at EMS. Kenny,
Yes,
go
good
ahead.
morning. Over the Christmas holidays, we had a paramedic that suddenly got a job that he couldn't refuse, so he left. We were really needing another full-time paramedic. We contacted Mr. Hoskins, and he agreed to come on board early. He's currently a part-time employee with us anyway. So we wanted to shift him from part-time to full-time. He needed insurance, and we needed him to attend to people in Bullitt County. I approached the judge with us under that emergency hire clause. He said, put him to work. We did that day, put him to work, and we're here just to formalize the hiring of Derek Hoskins as a paramedic at EMS.
Any discussion?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll make the motion to hire Derek Hoskins at EMS at the current rate of pay that we pay our paramedics.
Yes. Second.
I got a second by 4th District Magistrate Rayhill. Sam, call the roll.
Can I ask when this is going to be effective? Like when? I would need to make it.
If he's
Today.
currently a part-time employee, it would be just to change statuses from
Yes.
part-time to full-time. It's not necessarily a hire.
Right, we just wanted to change his status from a part-time paramedic to a full-time paramedic.
Correct.
Okay, so I don't need a date for that, for you.
Does it need anything for benefits?
No, they
That'll-
usually send you a letter documenting the status change of an employee, and that puts them on benefits.
Yeah, part-time paramedics make $1 more an hour, so when he reverted from part-time to full-time, he
Right.
goes back to a full-time employee, 21 something now.
Okay.
Want me to call the roll? Ready? Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Kenny.
Hey, Judge, if I could take just a second and to reiterate, I've worked a lot of times with Officer Franklin in some of our drug awareness, drug education in my other life here with Fiscal Court. She always represented the police department, Mount Washington Police Department, in a very distinguished manner. Those kids just gravitate to her. And it amazes when you go into those educational programs to watch them just, they really like it. She does a good job for the county here, and I would reinforce what you all have done.
Right. Thank you,
Thanks.
Director. Number 8, actions requested to hire Steve Clark as a building electrical inspector as part-time as needed, $25 an hour, no benefits. Jim?
Gentlemen, currently we have been using the services of Tommy Lanham as an electrical inspector, and Tommy works as an independent contractor. He has picked up a third county that he's providing services for on a regular basis, so his availability to fill in for us in our time of need for training opportunities, requirements, sickness, vacation, Tommy's just not really available other than possibly one day a week. And I've reached out to Mr. Steve Clark, who is a building and electrical inspector in Spencer County. I've known for at least a decade, who only works in Spencer County, and due to close proximity would be available if we need a couple days here and there to keep our services and our turnaround time on our inspections at a very reasonable rate for people in Bullitt County. And it's the same terms that we currently have with Mr. Lanham. It's just that Tommy's no longer really available to us.
Is Steve here with you?
No, Steve is not here
Okay.
today.
I tell you what, if you have any kids that need a job, they go in to be electrical inspector, they can almost write them a check, whatever they need, where they're dying, I mean, they're just a dying breed. So,
The average...
kids are on a balance, kids are on a balance of what they want to do. Electrical inspection's amazing.
The average age of current working certified electrical inspectors is right at 60 years old.
Wow.
Do they have a school for that? I mean, is there?
It's really on-the-job training and then certification process. There are some apprenticeship programs to become electricians, but the doorway to become an electrical inspector you have to be an electrician first.
Master electrician?
That is correct.
And then take the test to become, okay.
Yes.
Well, I want to really hit a little bit about that now, because all these trades out here right now, there is such a demand for them. I've been in the building trade my entire life. There is such a demand for this trade work out here now. It's so hard to find people right now. You just kind of got to get on a waiting list if you want any work and everything done with these people. Because all the years that I was in the building business and everything, I never ever had to advertise for anything, because they was people just calling you constantly. I'm talking about in all your trades. I get an opportunity time to talk to the youth out there and everything. I said, if you don't want to go to college, get into your trades and everything, because there is such a demand. You don't want to just HVAC, electrical, plumbing, carpenter. You don't know just what it is. There's a big, big demand for you, no matter where you're at. So anybody out there that's looking for a job, there's plenty out there if you want to go to work.
Any other discussion? If not, I'll make the motion to hire Steve Clark as a building electrical inspector on a part-time basis as needed at $25 an hour with no benefits.
Second.
Got a second by 2nd District Magistrate Logston. Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laszlo?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Jim. Action item number 9, second reading and action requested on ordinance 19-26 relating to an amendment to the schedule of fees, charges, and expenses as set forth in section 9.400 of the official zoning regulations of Bullitt County and all cities within its boundaries. And also, I would like to add with that, it's also, we also need a resolution to approve the fees for the code enforcement as well. Rob?
It's the second reading in Commonwealth, Kentucky, Bullitt County ordinance number 19-26. An ordinance relating to an amendment to the schedule of fees, charges, and expenses as set forth in section 9.400 of the official zoning regulations of Bullitt County and all cities within its boundaries. Whereas the fiscal court of Bullitt County has the authority pursuant to section 9.400 of the official zoning regulations of Bullitt County and all cities within its boundaries to establish a schedule of fees, charges, and expenses. Whereas the fiscal court has considered the evidence of the public hearing held by the Bullitt County Joint Planning Commission and the favorable recommendation of the Planning Commission. Whereas the fiscal court concurs in and adopts the reasons of the Planning Commission for an amendment to the schedule of fees, charges, and expenses, and approves and accepts the favorable recommendation of the Planning Commission in this matter as set out in said minutes. Now therefore be it ordained by the fiscal court of County of Bullitt, Commonwealth, Kentucky. Section 1, the fiscal court adopts and approves the amendment to the schedule of fees, charges, and expenses as set forth in the attached fee schedule, which is adopted in its entirety as incorporated by reference herein. Section 2, the fiscal court pursuant to section 9.400 of the official zoning regulations shall have the right to establish a schedule of fees, charges, and expenses by resolution from this point forward. Said schedule shall be provided to the administrative official of the planning and zoning for posting and publication as necessary to advise and inform the public. Section 3, the rest and remainder of section 9.400 of the official zoning regulations, if not amended herein, shall not be affected by this ordinance and shall remain in full force and effect. Section 4, should any section, subdivision, sentence, or clause of this ordinance be held unconstitutional or invalid for any reason by any court of competent jurisdiction, then such portion shall be deemed a separate, distinct, and independent provision, and such holding should not affect the validity of the remaining portions of this ordinance. Section 5, this ordinance take effect upon passage and publication, given first reading in a regular meeting of the fiscal court of Bullitt County, Kentucky on the 3rd day of December 2019, given second reading and voted upon at a regular meeting of the fiscal court of Bullitt County, Kentucky on the 7th day of January 2020.
Thank you, Rob. I will put that in the form of a motion for the amendment of the schedule of fees, charges, and expenses with ordinance 19-26 as set forth in section 9.400 of the official zoning regulations of Bullitt County and all cities within its boundaries.
Second.
Got a second by 4th District Magistrate Ray Hill. Sam, call the roll.
Mr. Logston?
Yes.
Mr. Laswell?
Yes.
Mr. Rahal?
Yes.
Judge Summers?
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And question for the county attorney. John, do I need to do a resolution for the fee base of the?
Mr. Bozeman has fees.
Yes, and that was presented at the
The previous
last meeting.
ordinance that we drafted allows those fees to be amended by resolution.
Yeah.
I think he's proposed them, and the court needs to adopt those today so that he can initiate those charges beginning immediately upon the resolution being passed.
Yeah, yes, sir. Bullitt County Ordinance 13-02 makes reference of fees to Exhibit 1 and includes the language that Exhibit 1 may be amended from time to time. So an ordinance change is not required, just a revision to the actual Exhibit 1 itself, which we're going to be substituted and swap out to the current exhibit.
And it was presented to you all in your last packets, and Jim brought it up at the December 3rd meeting. So if there's any other discussion, I'd be happy to entertain it.
Make a motion to do a resolution, is that what you need? Approval on fee changes. You still have the list?
Yes.
I got it.
Yeah, we've got it.
Okay.
Which, upon passing the version that I presented to you, I proposed the changes in red. I can go back and retype that as adopted and put that on, give that to the county clerk's office, because it will become, again, as part of that existing ordinance.
Yes, sir.
Exhibit 1. Okay.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by 4th District Magistrate Ray Hill, a second by 2nd District Magistrate Logston to approve the new exhibit, I guess it would be 1A, for the fee changes to code enforcement. Sam, call the roll.
Can I make sure I have this motion correct? I'm sorry.
Pardon?
On the wording on this, does it need to say just approval to draft a resolution for the amendment?
No,
How do you want it to be read?
No, the motion is to approve the proposed fee amendment as presented by the Bullitt County Code Enforcement Officer.
Right,
Approve the fee amendment, okay.
okay.
Glad you answered that.
Thank you, John.
Sorry, I wasn't sure about wording, okay.
Okay,
Mr. Laswell,
Yes.
Mr. Rahal,
Yes.
Judge Summers.
yes,
Mr. Mitchell.
Yes.
Mr. Longston.
Yes.
Motion carried.
thank you, Jim.
Thank you, John.
Action item number 10, requested on policies and procedures manual for the detention center. Paul?
Happy New Year to all of you all.
Okay,
I'd like to take a quick second here, Judge, and I want to thank the judge's office, the county attorney's office, and the treasurer's office for the help that they gave me last year. And we needed it, and we still need help, like a lot, everything around here. But anyway, I wanted to know I appreciate you all. The new policy and procedure manual, if you all know what that is, that's like the Bible for what goes on over at the jail, what you can do and what you can't do. The one we presented to these people here is probably 400 pages, 300-some pages on both sides of the paper. It's probably 20, 30, 40 times larger than the previous one. And it'll still have to be added to as we go along, because there's all kinds of things that happen daily that aren't really in there. We tried to put it in there, whatever. The gentleman just left here a while ago. He's been here approximately 6 months. His name is Chief Deputy Carl Reeser. He's got approximately 38 years of law enforcement. He's been a blessing to not only to me, but he's been a blessing to this county. And he put the majority of this thing together.